Well, everybody's got to feel it, right? They're ready to talk about some football de los osos. And you're saying to yourself, a number of you, what the hell does that mean? Well, in honor of the recently passed Hispanic Heritage Month or whatever the hell it's called, that means, of course, it's time to talk some Bears football! Oh, we go bilingual up in this biatch. Bears football is a universal language if you didn't know by now. And oh boy, do we have a whiz-banger of a humdinger of a game coming up Sunday afternoon. The 2-6 Chicago Bears travel to New Orleans to take on the even Steven 4-4 New Orleans Saints. At least if anything, the game will be over early on Sunday. I don't even fucking know. But as I mentioned, the Bears coming to this one at 2-6 off of that 30-15 loss to the Chargers on Sunday night. And America frankly deserved this, right? They really did. I mean, it's prime time. They put Bears football in prime time. The NFL wanted you to suffer. NBC wanted you to suffer. And you largely did suffer, especially if you're a Bears fan. Tyson Bagent's second start at the helm, not as good as his first one, but let's be entirely clear here. And the results wouldn't have been much different with Justin Fields. They just wouldn't have been. And you say, well, how dare you say that? I say, how dare you say that there wouldn't be? The fuck do you have to go off of to think it would be anything other than that? But obviously, the big news of the week, the Bears fired a running back coach. That's a second assistant coach fired this year for misconduct of some kind. And I'm sure the Chicago media is going to be all over that one. No, they'll forget about it and they'll take their marching orders from Alice Hall like the incompetent fucks they are. But the other big news of the week, the contract extension for Andrew Billings. No. That's a mostly nothing deal in terms of money, not a huge deal. Billings has been solid, pretty good against the run, fine, whatever. It was the big trade for Montez Sweat in a desperate move to improve the defensive line, an especially desperate move to improve the pass rush. That's right, the Chicago Bears at the trade deadline at 2-6 were fucking buyers again. Well, at least last year you could say they were kind of sellers, kind of buyers. This year, they were just buyers. And for the second year in a row, they've given up what should be a high second round pick for somebody else's player. That's a great way to build a contender. But anyways, that's where we're at with the Bears. So if you're looking for reasons to be excited about this season, or excited about this matchup, I should say, on Sunday, maybe seeing Montez Sweat in a Bears uniform and what he could potentially do for this pass rush might be something that gets your giggles a little bit. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they're coming in this one in the thick of the NFC South race. As I mentioned before, they're sitting at 4-4. They won last week, 38-27 over Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts. It was their defense that was really carrying them earlier this year. Not as much so the last couple of weeks. That said, their 4 wins came against the Tennessee Titans, the Carolina Panthers, the Indianapolis Colts, the New England Patriots. Not exactly a brutal stretch of teams to beat. That's all I'm saying. So yes, while the Saints, in theory, have a better record than the Bulls. Well, not in theory. In actual practice, they have a better record than the Bears. I just say the Bulls a moment ago. I'm getting Bulls basketball and Bears football all confused here. Oh, what the fuck's the difference at this point, right? The reality is the Saints are another pretty dumb organization. Let's go and give Derek Carr a shit ton of money and then have to win the games with defense primarily because, big surprise, Derek Carr isn't going to play up to the level of that contract. Who the fuck could have seen that coming? But that's where you're at. It's a big game for the Saints, right? And I'm sure some Bears fans feel like, this is a big game. The Bears can somehow win this one. They go to 3-6, and maybe they could get some momentum. And Montez Sweat comes in, and all of a sudden, they're bearing down towards the playoffs. Justin Fields will come back. Maybe he'll come back in this game. Maybe he'll come back for the Thursday night game against Carolina. But if you're the Saints, if you lose this one to the Bears with either Tyson Bagent at the helm or a less than 100% Justin Fields at the helm, you're fucking pathetic. That's all I can say. Not surprisingly, the money is stacked up pretty strongly in the Saints' favor in Vegas. New Orleans are 8.5-point favorites. The over-under on this one is an outstanding 41, which feels every bit of right. When you talk about the Bears going into this game on Sunday, of course, it wouldn't be a week of Bears football if we weren't talking about injuries and then trying to use those as some type of excuse why the team doesn't put up better results. Jaquan Brisker out. Is he sick or does he have a concussion? Like, you never know with the Bears organization. Halas Hall loves to lie, loves to mislead, loves to misinform. Now, so which one is it? Is it legit he's got a concussion or is he fucking sick? I don't fucking know. Tremaine Edmonds is out with a knee, and transparently, like, that's probably going to be addition by subtraction in this defense because now Sanborn could go back to the middle. You'll play Sewell or somebody else at the Sam. You're not even going to notice Tremaine Edwards is not there. I promise you that. Terrell Smith is out again for the defense. Nate Davis is out on that offensive line, which, you know, it's kind of but then you realize that means that Lucas Patrick is going to play and he will start and he fucking sucks. But of course, he's going to keep getting snaps because Cody Whitehair not only can't block, but he can't snap, more importantly. Fucking 2023 and the Bears came and put themselves in a spot where Cody Whitehair and Lucas Patrick would have to start multiple games on the inside of that offensive line. Disaster. Justin Fields is officially listed as doubtful. I would assume he's not going to play. You know, Matt Eberflus said at the beginning of the week that he wasn't going to play, but it's interesting they didn't put him out. You know, with the Bears, you can't believe anything they fucking say or it comes out of their mouths anyway. So for all we know, Justin Fields will play on Sunday, and they're trying to play a okey doke on the Saints. Braxton Jones is questionable with the neck injury. We'll see if he actually suits up or not. Eddie Jackson, Bareback Jackson, appears to be ready. For the Saints, not much on the injury report. Malcolm Roach and Kendre Miller are questionable, and that's about it. So they come into this going quite a bit more healthy than the Chicago Bears do. Keys to victories for both teams. For the Bears, you got to stay out of second and long and third and long. They do this far too often. They'll run on first down. Oh, put him up. I'm the offensive coordinator. Don't call me Gutless Getsy. I'm Luke Getsy, damn it. I'm going to be a future NFL head coach. I'm going to get him. They're not going to see what's coming. I've got courage. First and 10. Halfback dive. Second and 9. Halfback dive. Third and 8. Screen pass. Punt. Like, they've got to stay out of those fucking situations. You are fucking 2-6. It is clear the coaches believe in Bagent and his ability to execute the offense from a mental standpoint and from like a operational standpoint. So put him in more spots to throw on first down, which also includes getting DJ Moore involved early and often and getting Darnell Mooney involved early and especially working over the middle of the field. More crossing patterns, more fucking slants. I can't recall an offense that is so adverse to running a fucking slant pattern. Like, it's a modern staple of the NFL offense, and the Chicago Bears consistently refuse to run them. And then defensively, you've got to get pressure on Derek Carr. You know, if we get to a place where you start hearing about, oh, Montez Sweat came in, but yeah, he's got to learn the Bears defense, so it's going to take him time. Like, that should have been, instead of all the other factors last year, that should have been the first or next indication that the Chase Claypool trade was going to be fucking dumb. Was he's got to get used to the offense. It's going to take him time. No, it fucking doesn't. He's 6'4". He's supposed to have speed, size, hands, all this other shit. You just go out there and run some goddamn routes. Well, he didn't because he fucking sucks. He's a tool. You know, so for Montez Sweat, fuck that. Like, you're going full throttle with him to say, well, he doesn't know the defense. Frankly, you look at the Bears defense, there's really nothing to know any fucking ways. It's called stop the ball carrier, rush the goddamn quarterback. That's it, plain and simple. They got to get some pressure on Derek Carr. As far as the Saints go offensively, attack Tyreek Stevenson. Until he demonstrates that he can consistently cover and stop anybody, go at him. He can be had all game long. And then work Alvin Kamara over the middle of the field. Coverage over the middle of the field with the safeties and linebackers for the Bears this year has been a massive problem. It probably doesn't get any worse with Tremaine Edmonds being out because he's been particularly dog shit in coverage. But work Alvin Kamara over the middle. See what the Chargers did with Austin Eckler and go forward and do likewise. And Kamara could have a really big day. And then defensively, they've got to stack the box and force the Bears into an uncomfortable spot for them. Force them to throw on 1st and 10. Force them to throw on 2nd and long. Force them to throw repeatedly. Don't let the Bears football it up and run effectively and consistently early on, because that'll allow the Bears to do what they want to do offensively. Stack the box, make the Bears one-dimensional, make Tyson Bagent beat them. In terms of this matchup on Sunday, we'll see what happens. I think the Saints win this one 23-16. And then we'll see what happens Thursday night. A Tank Bowl matchup between the Panthers and the Bears. Oh boy.